Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everyone, to Small Talk Podcast.
Hi, everyone. We're so happy you're here today. So, Emily, let me ask you something. Do you study English every day but still feel totally lost when you hear real native English?
Oh, yes. You understand every word in your textbook, and then a native speaker talks, and you're like, wait, what did they just say?
Exactly. And you are not alone. So many learners feel this way. And today, we're going to fix that with real tips, real tricks, and real English you can actually use in your daily life.
Stay with us until the end because we have something really special today, and by the time we're done, your listening is going to feel so much better. Are you ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's start with the big question. Why is listening so hard for so many learners? I think the number one reason is speed. Native speakers just talk fast, and they don't sound like a textbook recording.
Right, nobody actually says, hello, how are you? They say, hey, how you doing? And the first time you hear that, you think, is that even English?
That's such a common problem. You learn grammar and vocabulary in school, you study for years, and then real English hits your ears and it sounds like a completely different language.
And another reason we get nervous. When you're afraid of not understanding, your brain kind of freezes and even simple, familiar words suddenly start sounding strange and unfamiliar.
I remember once talking to a native speaker and they said, "What's up?" And I genuinely thought, what is up? Up where? In the sky?
Oh no, what did you say?
I actually said the sky out loud. They laughed and I wanted to disappear. But now I know, what's up just means, how are you? Or how's it going?
That's such a good example because it shows a huge piece of the puzzle. Native speakers use contractions constantly. I am becomes I'm. Do not becomes don't. I will becomes I'll.
And it goes even further in spoken English. Going to becomes gonna, want to becomes wanna, and got to becomes gotta. In a book you see I am going, but in real life you hear I'm gonna.
Let's slow down and repeat those because they're really important. Going to becomes gonna, like I'm gonna eat lunch, meaning I am going to eat lunch.
Want to becomes wanna, like do you wanna watch a movie? Meaning do you want to watch a movie? And got to becomes gotta. I gotta go now means I need to go now.
You don't have to use these yourself, but you absolutely need to recognize them because they show up everywhere in movies, TV shows, podcasts, and real conversations every single day.
The more you hear them, the more natural they'll feel, and soon you'll understand them without even thinking about it. Practice really is the key here.
Now let's talk about something really important, the difference between passive listening and active listening. A lot of learners have never even heard of this distinction.
Passive listening is when English is playing in the background, like while you're cooking dinner. You hear it, but your mind is thinking about what vegetables to cut next, not really focused on the words.
It still has benefits. Your ears get comfortable with the sounds of English, but on its own, your progress will be very, very slow.
Active listening is totally different. You sit down, you focus completely, and you're really trying to understand every sentence and every idea. Your ears and your brain are both fully switched on and working together.
Here are 3 great ways to practice active listening. Number 1, listen to a short clip, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, then pause and try to summarize what you heard in your own words.
You don't need every word, just the main ideas. What were they talking about? What was the message?
Number 2, dictation. Listen and try to write down exactly what you hear. It's hard, but it's incredibly effective because it forces you to catch every single word.
And when you finish, check your answers and see which parts were difficult. Those difficult parts are exactly what you need to practice more.
And number 3, shadowing. You listen and then immediately try to repeat the same words at the same speed with the same rhythm, like you're the speaker's shadow.
Shadowing is amazing because it improves your pronunciation and your listening at the same time. 2 benefits in one activity. You really start to feel the natural rhythm of English.
That's because English has what's called stress-timed rhythm. Some words are stressed, louder and longer, and some words are unstressed, softer and shorter.
Take the sentence, I want to go to the store. The stressed words are want, go, and store. Those are the important ones, the words you really need to catch.
And the small words, I, to, the, they blend together and get almost invisible in fast speech. That's exactly why English sounds so quick and slippery to learners.
Once you know this, you stop trying to catch every single word and just focus on the stressed ones, the important ones. It's honestly a game changer.
Let's talk daily habits now, because doing this once isn't enough. You need consistency. 10 minutes every single day beats 2 hours once a week, every time.
Habit 1. Morning English. Before you check your phone, before anything else, spend 10 minutes listening to something in English.
Why the morning specifically? Because your brain is fresh. It's ready to absorb information like a clean sponge. And whatever you put into a clean sponge, it soaks up quickly.
Listen to a short podcast, like this one, an audiobook, or a quick video, and you'll start the whole day already thinking in English mode.
Habit 2, English during dead time. Washing dishes, going for a walk, commuting to work. Put on a podcast or an audiobook during those moments.
You're turning empty time into learning time without adding anything extra to your schedule. So many people say, I don't have time to learn English, but really, they just aren't using their time well.
This is more like passive listening since you're doing something else at the same time, but it's still valuable because it keeps your ears connected to the language throughout the day.
And habit 3, English wind down at night. Instead of scrolling your phone before bed, listen to something calm as slow. A gentle podcast, a slow audiobook, a simple story.
Studies show your brain keeps processing information while you sleep, so if you listen right before bed, your brain might actually keep organizing that information overnight.
Simple, but really powerful. Even the busiest people can fit these 3 habits in without changing their whole schedule.
Now, what should you actually listen to? There's so much content out there, it can feel like standing in front of a giant ocean, not knowing which direction to swim.
Let's break it down by level. For beginners, go slow and simple. Repetition is your best friend here. Hearing the same vocabulary and grammar patterns over and over until they feel completely natural.
Children's stories actually work surprisingly well for beginners, even for adults. Simple vocabulary, short sentences, clear pronunciation, and lots of repetition. And nobody has to know you're listening to them.
For intermediate learners, pick real podcasts made for native speakers, but start with topics you already know and enjoy, because you can use that background knowledge to fill in the gaps.
Love cooking? Listen to a cooking podcast. Love sports? Listen to sports content. English becomes more fun when it's about things you actually care about and you naturally listen longer, which means faster improvement.
And for upper intermediate learners, real TV shows, movies, and news. Big tip here, use English subtitles, never your native language subtitles.
That's such an important point because if you read subtitles in your own language, your brain takes the easy path. It reads the translation and just stops listening to the actual English.
Eventually, as you get more comfortable, try turning subtitles completely off. Don't stress about understanding every single word. Just aim for the general meaning, the big picture.
We often put too much pressure on ourselves, feeling like failures if we miss a word. But that pressure actually makes listening harder because a stressed brain doesn't work as well as a relaxed one.
So relax, breathe, and just focus on the big picture. The details come naturally with time and practice.
Now, let's get into one of the biggest secrets to understanding fast English: connected speech. This is when native speakers blend words together instead of saying each one separately.
I remember when I first learned about this, it was like a light went on in my brain, and suddenly everything made so much more sense.
Let's break it into 3 features. First, linking. The last sound of one word connects to the first sound of the next. Turn it off becomes one smooth sound. Turn it off.
Another example, pick it up becomes pick it up, all connected together. Once you know this, you actually start hearing the connection instead of getting confused by it.
Second feature, elision, where a sound simply disappears in fast speech. Next day often loses its T sound. Last night does the same thing. The T just vanishes.
So, a tip for learners, when a word sounds slightly off, maybe a sound is just missing and you need to use context to figure out the full word.
And third, assimilation, where one sound changes because of the sound right next to it. Don't you often becomes don't ya, with the T and Y blending into a ch sound.
Similarly, did you becomes did ya, and would you becomes would ya. You don't have to use these features yourself, but recognizing them is what unlocks fast, natural English for your ears.
The best way to get used to all this is simply listening to real, natural English as often as possible, so these patterns start to feel familiar over time.
Your ears need practice, just like muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they get. Now let's go through some common phrases that textbooks often forget to teach you.
First one, I'm good. Simple, right? It usually means I'm fine. But if someone offers you something and you say, I'm good, it actually means, no thank you, I don't need anything.
So if someone asks, do you want more coffee, and you say, I'm good, that means no thanks, I have enough. A really easy one to misunderstand if you don't already know it.
Next, hang on, which means wait a moment. Like, hang on, let me check my phone. You might also hear hang on a second or hang on a minute. They all mean the same thing.
Next, my bad. A very informal way of saying my mistake or sorry, that was my fault. If you accidentally bump into someone, you might say, oh, my bad.
Short, quick, casual. Very common in American English, though it's becoming popular everywhere thanks to movies and social media.
Next phrase, it's on me, meaning I will pay for this. Like, don't worry, lunch is on me, meaning don't worry, I'll cover the bill.
So if a friend says, it's on me, that means free food. Say thank you fast before they change their mind.
Next, what do you say? This means what do you think or are you interested? Like, let's go to the beach tomorrow. What do you say? A friendly, casual way to ask for someone's opinion.
And a couple more. That makes sense, meaning I understand, or that's logical. Also, I see what you mean, which shows you're really listening and following along.
And finally, no worries, a relaxed, friendly way of saying it's fine or no problem. Especially popular in Australian English, but honestly used everywhere in the English-speaking world now.
Practice these, use them, and your English will instantly sound more natural and more real. Now, let's talk about the right way to use TV shows and movies for practice.
There's actually a wrong way and a right way here, and most people accidentally do it the wrong way. The wrong way, watching with subtitles in your own native language.
You enjoy the story, sure, but your brain just reads the translation and totally stops trying to process the actual English. It takes the easy path every single time.
The right way is what I call active watching. Step 1, choose something not too difficult, where the English is fairly clear and the situations are everyday and easy to follow, like a sitcom.
Step 2, watch a short clip, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, with English subtitles this time, focusing on listening while using the subtitles just to confirm what you heard.
Step 3, watch the exact same clip again, but with no subtitles at all. It's less scary the second time because now you already know what they're saying, so you can focus on how they say it.
First, you understand what, then you focus on how. The rhythm, the intonation, the pronunciation. And step 4, pick one phrase you heard, write it down, say it out loud, and use it in a sentence.
Do that every day, and after a month, you've got 30 new real phrases. After a year, over 300. And these aren't textbook phrases. They're real ones from real situations.
Language in context always sticks better in your brain than language on a boring list. Our brains are built for stories, not for lists.
So true. Now, what do you do when you simply don't understand something in the moment? Strategy 1, don't panic and don't stop listening.
I know that sounds simple, but it's genuinely hard. Our first reaction is panic. Oh no, I missed it. I don't understand. And then we focus on the panic instead of the listening, and we miss even more.
A moment of panic can literally make you miss the next 5 sentences. So the rule is breathe, stay calm, and keep listening. Often the meaning becomes clear right after.
Strategy 2, use your knowledge of the world, not just your English knowledge. If someone's talking about a restaurant, you already know how restaurants work, so use that knowledge to guess the meaning.
So listening isn't just about English, it's about thinking. It's an active process of guessing, predicting, and checking, even when you don't realize you're doing it.
Strategy 3, ask for clarification. If you're in a real conversation, it's completely fine to ask. Asking shows intelligence, not weakness. It shows you actually want to understand correctly.
Try phrases like, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" Very polite and simple. Or, "Sorry, I didn't quite catch that," meaning I didn't hear you clearly.
And what do you mean by that? That one's different because it's for when you heard the words but didn't understand the meaning, not just the sound.
Perfect distinction. Hearing and understanding really are two different skills. You can hear words perfectly and still miss the tone or intention behind them, like with sarcasm.
Right. If someone says, "Oh, great, it's raining again," and they're clearly annoyed, not happy, that's sarcasm. You need to catch the tone, not just the words, or you'll misread the whole thing.
Tricky, but also really fun once you get used to it. Now let's talk about accents, because this is a huge challenge for so many learners, and it's completely normal.
Even native speakers sometimes struggle to understand accents outside their own region, so don't feel bad if you do too.
American English tends to be the most commonly taught and is generally quite clear. The R sound is always pronounced, like in car or bird. In British English, that R is often silent, so car can sound more like ka.
That's part of why British English can sound so smooth and elegant, and vocabulary shifts too. Americans say elevator and apartment, while British speakers say lift and flat.
And the UK alone has so many regional accents. London English sounds nothing like Northern England English, and then there's Scottish, Irish, and Welsh English on top of that.
A person from London and a person from Scotland can sound like they're speaking two different languages, even though they're from the same country. For learners, this can feel really confusing at first.
My advice? Don't try to master every accent at once. Get comfortable with one first, then slowly branch out. And remember, even native speakers sometimes struggle with unfamiliar accents too.
That honestly makes me feel better. And here's a fun trick. Listening to music in a certain accent can really help too because the melody slows things down and helps you predict what's coming.
Plus, you'll happily replay the same song 100 times without getting bored, something you'd never do with a textbook page. Use that repetition to your advantage.
Let's talk about Australian English for a second too, because it's one accent learners find especially tricky. Vowels shift a lot. Today and mate sound quite different from what you'd expect.
And Australians shorten practically everything. Breakfast becomes brekkie, afternoon becomes arvo, gas station becomes servo. Even good day turns into the classic Aussie greeting, "Good day, mate."
So creative. But if you don't know these shortened words ahead of time, they can be really confusing at first. Be patient with yourself. It does get easier, we promise.
The most important thing is to just keep listening. Variety is actually good for you. The more accents you're exposed to, the more flexible your ear becomes over time.
Now, let's do something really useful. Quick, real-life conversation practice. First scenario, ordering coffee at a cafe.
Picture this. "Hi, can I get a medium coffee with oat milk, please? And can I also get a blueberry muffin?" That's it. Short, casual, and totally natural.
Can I get is much more natural in everyday situations than I would like. And you'll often be asked, will that be cash or card? Simply asking how you're paying.
You might also hear "absolutely" as a friendly, enthusiastic way of saying yes. Very common in customer service, especially in American English.
Second scenario, a phone call. Someone might say, am I calling at a bad time? A polite way of checking if you're free to talk.
And "are we still on for dinner?" means, is the plan still happening? If you're running late, you might hear, "No worries, I'll grab a table," where grab simply means get in casual English.
Grab shows up everywhere in informal speech. Grab a seat, grab a bite to eat, grab a coffee. Very natural, everyday vocabulary worth remembering.
And third scenario, asking for directions. "Excuse me, sorry to bother you. Do you know where the nearest station is?" is a very polite way to get someone's attention.
You might hear, walk straight down this street, and you can't miss it, meaning it's so obvious you're guaranteed to find it. Also, I'd say about 5 minutes, where I'd say signals a rough estimate, not an exact answer.
Such useful everyday phrases. Practice all three of these scenarios out loud on your own, and they'll start feeling second nature before you know it.
Wow, what a journey today. Let's do a quick recap. We talked about why listening feels so hard, active versus passive listening, daily habits, the best content for your level, and connected speech.
We also covered everyday phrases, using TV shows the right way, strategies for when you're lost, different accents, and real conversation practice with cafes, phone calls, and directions.
That's a lot, I know, but you don't have to do everything at once. Take it one step, one habit, one phrase at a time. Consistency really is the whole secret.
Be patient with yourself, too. Learning a language takes time, and there will be good days and hard days. Both are completely normal, so don't be discouraged.
On the hard days, remember why you started. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want a better job. Maybe you just want to watch your favorite show without subtitles. Whatever your reason, it's a good one. Keep going.
We really do believe in every single one of you listening right now. Showing up and trying is already the most important step of all.
So here's today's question for you. What's the biggest challenge you face when listening to English? Is it the speed, the accents, the vocabulary, or something else? Tell us in the comments. We read every single one.
Thanks so much for spending this time with us today on Small Talk Podcast. It really means a lot to us.
Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, your English is getting better every single day, even when it doesn't feel like it. See you next time. Bye-bye.